Yes, good morning people. Alex here again. First dive for the new year. We're heading down the islands. Sea looking flat. Body is Jesse. Catch you when I come back. On this day, we chose to head down the islands because conditions on the north coast were not ideal, so we played it safe. As we were heading down the islands, we checked a few spots to see if there was any visibility, and Jesse got through with the first fish of the day. I immediately got excited, jumped in the water, and decided to try my luck. There was no luck. The next fish I came across, I decided to take my time and make sure everything happened correct. But this fish was playing games. Wow, and I secured my first fish of the day. So after we moved spot again, the visibility was not the best, but fish were out. Everything was just coming in to check me out. As the poor visibility persisted, I continued to use my 600 centimeter length gun and check out some holes for some fish. This hole in particular had a lot of life in it. Check it out. We changed spot yet again, and we hoped that the visibility would improve. But to our disappointment, it got even worse, and I jumped in with my big gun. After that sour shot and not seeing any more fish, changed spot yet again in search of a little better water conditions. When we arrived at the new spot, the visibility had improved at the bottom, but the mid-water column was very dusty. Even though conditions were not the best, the day was shaping up pretty nice. Jesse had shot a few more snapper as well as a black grouper. So I decided to get these fish on ice ASAP.
Oh yeah.
So after taking a little 5, I got back to work and went looking for, guess who? The snappers. After being thoroughly warmed up, I decided to be real selective with which snapper I would take on this spot. So I waited and waited. While waiting on Jesse to return, I noticed that a snapper appeared right underneath the vessel. So I said, why not? Let me try to whack him all out in the open. After dealing with that fish and pulling anchor, Jesse returned with a fish of his own, another snapper.
Yeah, up.
On this dive, I'm looking at a snapper at the back of a cave under a ledge. So I just waited it out and patience paid off. On this dive, the fish were out, but so was this big junker eel. And he apparently was very interested in the rubber bands on my gun, which I quickly had to hold out of the water because he was coming up at me. After that encounter with Mr. Eel, we got to step in. So we headed up the coast a little more and checked out some more holes. After I surfaced and dealt with this fish, Jesse was hollering for a backup on a big snapper in a hole. So I immediately rushed over and gave him a hand. After this fish was secured, we decided that that was enough for the day and we headed back in, nice and early. So we arrived in back at Shaka Cabana safely, and Chris was there to give us a hand pulling up the skiff on the shore.
Chris, come baby. Yeah, watch this.
Yes, people, so the first dive for the new year was a success. Cannot ask for better. Caught enough, reach back in safe. Stay tuned, folks. Well guys, if you've watched the video this far, I hope you've enjoyed. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and stay tuned for more adventures aboard the Solo Skiff.